Right. Hey. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Dan. How are you guys?
Hey, Lauren, how you doing?
What's up, Lauren?
Not much. So excited to be going live with you both tonight. We have a really exciting live broadcast for everyone who's tuned in. We have a $150 Disney gift card giveaway that we've been running this week, and we will be giving it away live. We'll be selecting our winner. And so stay tuned to this broadcast tonight. We'll be talking about a few different things. We'll be touching on Jerry's visit over to the cabins at Fort Wilderness. I heard it was amazing.
Yes, I'm wearing the shirt to be in theme of what we're talking about. So yes, this is the Fort Wilderness Lad shirt.
I love it. And we'll also touch on the Genie Plus changes to the multi-pass system, which, lucky me, I will be at the Magic Kingdom on the day that it is launching on July 24th. This was totally not planned. Jerry is not sending me out there to be a guinea pig and test things out, but you guys can trust that I will bring my feedback to our Facebook group on how everything goes. So we'll be touching on a few different things tonight. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. We will be more than happy to answer them. And as everybody's joining, you can go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments. Let us know what your favorite attraction is in the spirit of Genie Plus going away, multi-pass. Let us know your favorite attraction. Is it in Walt Disney World? Is it in Disneyland? Is it all the way in Tokyo Disney Sea? Jerry, Dan, what are your guys' favorite attractions?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I the first time I rode Flight of Passage, I was absolutely blown away. I was like, this is the greatest ride I think that's ever been created, and probably was at the time. But Guardians, once I rode that, I was like, oh man, this is interactive and exhilarating, and the music was awesome. And I mean, it was just I don't know. I think Guardians is probably my favorite at this point. But I remember Flight of Passage was, at the time, just I was blown away. I thought that was an incredible ride.
I should have spoke first because I agree completely with Jerry.
I steal your thunder.
I know. Now I sound like I don't have any original ideas. No, Flight of Passage was exactly like I think I cried the first time on it. Tears of joy, obviously, not nausea. And then Guardians came out, and that is still my favorite ride. Even with Tron out, Guardians is still my top spot.
Just to jump back, when the Great Movie Ride was a thing, like I had no idea that there was like this illusion that was going to happen, and like I was totally fooled by that. So I will tell you, back in 1992, when I rode the Great Movie Ride at Hollywood Studio, I think it was MGM Studios back in those days. Hollywood Studios now. I was like, that was magic. However they just did that, I don't even know what that just happened. I had to ride it again to figure out the illusion. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever ridden that, but it was a good one.
I remember. I don't know if Lauren remembers, but
the Great Movie Ride, yes.
Yes, I enjoyed the Great Movie Ride, and I do feel like Mickey and Minnie's is a worthy replacement. I mean, how are you going to fight Mickey? I mean, when they branded it as like this is Mickey's, the first attraction that Mickey's ever featured in, I mean, who's really going to be upset with that? Although I do think Great Movie Ride going away really changed the whole intent and the vibe of that park, where it was about the movies. It was about the movies, going to the movies and production sets. And interesting fact, the entirety of Lilo and Stitch was animated at Hollywood Studios, at those working animation studios. So if you're a Lilo and Stitch fan, which I am, I think that's pretty cool.
Awesome. I used to take that studio tour and watch the animators do work on different movies. I think Hercules was being worked on there as well, if I'm not mistaken. And we didn't mention, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the greatest Star Wars ride of all time? Why am I blanking on the name? It's not the
Star Tours?
No. Oh my God.
Rise of the Resistance?
Rise of the Resistance. Thank you. It's Star Tours is Nausea Tours. Yes, I mean, it's fun. I get off that and I'm like, Grr! But yes, Rise of the Resistance is, that's a notable, one of the greats as well.
No, I really thought that you were talking about like that era for some reason. I just missed it. I love nostalgia. Rides that make most people sick. I tend to love still. I know that's not going to last forever as the years go by.
Yes.
So just to kind of welcome everyone who's continuing to join us this evening, we are here to chat about a few different things, DVC related, parks related. Jerry's going to give us an overview of his visit to the cabins at Fort Wilderness. I'll be chatting about the Genie Plus and Multi-Pass changes and updates and what to kind of brace yourselves for, but also have a sigh of relief. Hopefully we have some better experiences coming, and we'll just be answering any questions that you have live as well. So hi Marcia, thank you so much for joining us. She loves Guardians as well. Yeah, Rebecca Marcia. Also loving on Guardians. We have some Soarin' fans, Carousel of Progress, and I also forgot to mention we'll be giving away our $150 Disney gift card live at the end of the broadcast. So make sure to stay tuned and you will see who wins it live. Jerry just came back with the swag.
That is it. This is what we're looking at.
That's a beautiful gift card.
Yeah, a little different. We advertised one version, but this has all the parks on it and Mickey with a little bit of pixie dust. So pretty cool. I like the look of it when I grabbed it.
I think whoever wins it shouldn't spend it, but just frame it.
Well, you can keep it after you spend it. So that's a memento. So there you go.
When Jerry told me he got a physical gift card and he sent me a picture, he's like, oh, we got the gift card. And honestly, I didn't even think, I thought we were going to maybe do a digital one, but having that physical one is so much more fun and you have it in your hands and
tangible.
Yeah, you can even reload it, I think, after, you go on your shopping spree. So
see, aren't you all glad you're here tonight watching?
Absolutely, yes.
We've got a chance.
Why don't we kick things off, Jerry? What do you say? And we toggle through our slideshow here. Let me pull up here. So, Jerry, take us through your experience over at the cabins at Fort Wilderness. This beautiful structure.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
It finally has come to fruition. Reservations are available now, and it's booked, but they are available for you to stay in. And I really did. I mean, I liked the Fort Wilderness campgrounds just as a property. I think it's just a beautiful, lush, really unscathed piece of magic that's right next to the Magic Kingdom, and it has its own piece of the magic, which I love. But there's a couple of things that I'll share with you that I thought, okay, maybe it needs a little here and there, but we'll get to that. So first off, just getting on property, I had to park at the regular parking area and then take a bus back there. So once I got to the Pioneer Hall area where they have the model, I was able to basically take a tour, and I went in, I took pictures of the villa, did a room tour of the villa, and I thought it was exceptional. Like, it's fresh, it's clean. Like when you walk in, there's tons of natural light, those Ooh. And it's not only just in that living space, that living area kitchen, but also in the master bedroom, and then in the bathroom area, you've got these lights above, like an 8-foot high, normal ceiling, but above that you've got light, natural lighting, some windows. So great lighting in the villa, and then, or the cabin, I should say, and then foliage, like lush green, beautiful. You're in the woods. It's private. Now, I did notice some of the cabins are close to each other, so you could technically be looking at a cabin if you looked out the window. But again, still lush, beautiful, green, and the space is good. In a room tour I said it would be perfect for 4 people. I think it is equipped, I think, for 6, but it might be tight for 6 people. I mean, 6 adults for sure. 3 kids and 2 adults would be great. I know that's 5, but I think it's spacious, but 6 adults would be tight. So anyway, I really, really thought the room was clean. It was well designed. The artwork is beautiful. I think that's one thing Disney's, starting to do a little bit more with their rooms is incorporate art and color and tell a story. So like when you're in that villa, the art is telling you, hey, you're camping, you're here in the woods, you're enjoying, like Chippendale is, look out the window, you might see Chippendale. So I love that they really incorporated the art and the colors really pop. But in terms of like the aesthetic, it is spacious and it does have, nice light colors, but it does go well with the with like a kind of a rustic camping theme. So it's clean, it's light, it's airy, but you definitely have like a camping, feel, glamping, if you will. The bunk beds. So, you bring your kids. I made a comment in a video that said, your kids, depending on their age, depending on their, how rambunctious they are, they might love these or they might be a little scared of them. But the fact that they're in the master bedroom with you is sweet. It's nice. You can tell stories before bed or whatever. So the master bedroom, you do share the bunk beds with the kids, or if you have, let's say, adult friends and you really want to get crazy, you can put them in the bunks as well. But they are smaller, so they're probably best to put whoever out in the living room. On the Murphy bed, there's a fold down queen size Murphy. But things that I would critique about it, the transportation is a little rough. I mean, if you have your own vehicle, that's great, but the buses to get to and from take a while. So I'm a little, I think over time, when they build like Reflections, which they haven't announced, Reflections is potentially the next DVC resort that'll probably come after Polynesian. It's not official, but if they build Reflections and they have a better transportation system nearby, right by the cabins, if they offer a really nice pool and, some of the amenities that these huge resorts have, like a Grand Floridian or Polynesian or whatever, I think these cabins would be very, very appealing to many people because you could just pop over to this beautiful luxury resort right next to the cabins. So I think once Reflections comes in, if it is at all, I mean, I'm speculating, but it definitely will help these, have a little bit more appeal. They're secluded and you're out there, you're in the woods. So I feel like it's a great 3 or 4 day getaway, but for a week, you might be a little like, might be a little too much. That's my opinion though. Everybody's to each his own. I mean, what would you guys do a week in the cabins, or would you want a 3-day, or what are you thinking?
I agree with what you said, Jerry. I have never stayed at Fort Wilderness in general, but I do like the concept of it being like a companion resort, so to speak. And I know there was in the past a walkway, a way to get between Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge. And I think what you were describing, that maybe Reflections could amplify for, existing DVC members who are used to a little bit more of a taken care of luxurious experience, because of that construction site where Reflections was, you can't walk over to Wilderness Lodge for a bite to eat or to hang out, so I think rather than maybe building a whole new resort of Reflections, maybe they can bridge the gap between Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness again. But I would, listen, don't twist my arm to stay here. You need somebody to go check it out or something like that, I'll be there. But it looks stunning. I included this photo here of the mirror in the bathroom on the left side. These are 2 photos in one. Really gorgeous. I think that the rooms are very beautiful, and I love the unique layout that it can sleep 6 adults. I think that's really, totally unique for a DVC accommodation like this.
I think it's missing a wow. The rooms are spectacular. The cabins are absolutely beautiful. It is a great place to sit and chill and have some wine and sit on the porch or tell stories with your families, like total relaxation, connection. It is such a great place for that. But as far as the wow factor, like the wow, look at that, look at the pool, or look at the lobby, or look at the something, it's missing the look at the tree. I mean, by all means, nature is absolutely beautiful in its own right.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's like the wow factor. And I will touch on, now that when you mention a pool, they don't give pool towels to guests because people are traveling in their RV. So keep that in mind. If you're going to hit up the pool, Jerry, what would you say? I don't even know what the solution would be you're not going to bring a beach towel on the plane. What's your
No,
option?
I'm sure that the villa will have towels that you could bring to the pool,
Yeah.
but then you'd have to wash them, especially if you're going to be there. And there's no washer and dryer in the villa, so you have to go to a laundry facility on proper, within the Fort Wilderness campground. So yeah, maybe if you call housekeeping, maybe they'll have something that'll be able to replace and bring you fresh towels if you are taking them to the pool. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a pain.
I know. I anticipate them. I hope that they change that. I think no pool towel, whether you stay at All Star Sports or Grand Floridian, you're getting a pool towel guaranteed. So I think that was interesting when I learned
the
that.
problem with that is that there's so many people on the outside that are have a campsite or have an RV, and that if they put the pool towels at the pool, those guests might
Right.
I'm not saying they're going to steal them, but essentially they're going to take them back to their private property. So that could be what the issue is. Yeah.
Jerry, Melissa chimed in asking if they have marshmallow roasting and s'mores that night.
You have your own grill right outside of your cabin. It's a small, old-fashioned, charcoal grill, and they do sell charcoal in the in the convenience store. So you could kind of roast your own marshmallows as like a little family thing without a big Disney event. But I didn't see a place. I mean, maybe at the Frontier Hall, maybe there, or maybe on the beach they do like a bonfire where you could do it. But I didn't see it while I was there.
Yeah, I think there is.
Lauren, I think your mic dropped.
Mic drop.
Here we go. Yeah, mic drop. My Google Chrome is giving me some issues, so technical difficulties. But I think like most Disney resorts, there is a recreation guide. There is that sheet that they do every month. So I'm sure if you want a s'more, we can figure it out one way or another.
Yeah, that's right. I would.
And
definitely...
yes, they do at Chippendales, Emily. Sorry, Jerry, to interject. Emily, that is exactly where they do it, at the Campfire Sing-Along.
Okay.
So it's such a huge property. The best way to describe it is where they do the kayak rentals. Right around the corner from there's like a little amphitheater. I've gone a couple times. It's super cute. Chippendale come out every night for a campfire sing-along. That's I believe there is a movie there on select nights, but that is the area in which they do the marshmallow roasting. The marshmallows, they do sell a s'mores kit that is close to $10. I did it last year. Emily, correct us if we're wrong. I think the marshmallows are complimentary, but if you want the whole kit,
that's correct.
You gotta buy the whole package.
It's like $5 for the s'mores kit, or it's free marshmallows. They'll give you a stick of marshmallows for free, but at least that's with the other resorts, except for Vero. Vero, they don't charge you for s'mores. Or at least they didn't the last time I was there. But you could get a whole s'mores kit and marshmallow and chocolate and graham crackers, and it's all, here you go. You want another one? Yeah. Here you go. Like
it used to be that way everywhere, and people have tried to fight me in Facebook groups. It was never free. It was never free. But why would I make this up over a piece of Hershey's chocolate and a marshmallow? It used to be complimentary at the Polynesian. This was like 10 plus years ago. But all that to be said,
$10 in Disney dollars is not too bad.
It was it was generous. It was like a whole package of graham crackers, like marshmallows. It was generous for $10.
So forgive me. I did not go over to the Chippendales amphitheater area, so I didn't see that. So if I missed it, it's because I missed it, not because I didn't want to give you bad information. I just didn't know it was there.
So Jerry, let me see. I think we had a couple other quick questions about the cabins. Rebecca said she agreed. She thought it was a miss that there was no washer and dryer. So
there's a couple misses. I think they missed on the maintenance fees. $12.16 a point on a brand new resort that just opened. That's way too high. That's a miss. I think they needed to have something extravagant to really draw people in. Some kind of activity area, a pool, some kind of like hospitality house, something to really like, hey, you're a member, welcome home. Here's something just for you, like something special. Like I feel like they missed there. And then, and then transportation. But I think that's going to get resolved if they build that new resort. So,
yeah. And just to touch on a few recreational offerings and just simply what happens at this resort if you're not familiar. Fort Wilderness is one of the 3 original Walt Disney World resorts, the other 2 being Contemporary and the Polynesian. So it is really an OG. There is a lot of history here if you want to go down a Walt Disney World resort rabbit hole of information. There used to be a train here that would go around the property. It's really cool and interesting. So you've got to respect Fort Wilderness one way or another. You can do a boat rental, not off the cuff. It has to be an organized fishing excursion. You can go to Hoop-de-Doo Review, which is a dinner show that takes place at Pioneer Hall, which is pretty close to Bay Lake. So like Jerry said, the cabin that he toured was in that vicinity. There's a beach area, and they have Trails End, which is their more casual dining experience over there. So leave a comment. Let us know. Do you like to stay at Fort Wilderness? Do you have plans to stay at the cabins? We'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I might have come across a little harsh on it. I really did like the property. I thought it was wonderful, beautiful. You know, the cabins are well done. I just feel like it's a little on the outskirts, and that's probably the reason you stay there, is to get away from that hustle and bustle and busy that you always get at these other properties. So if you really want to connect with your family or friends or just somebody, you know, your spouse, someone you love, that's a great place to just get some quiet time, but also have Disney available to you, the parks or the shopping or the other attractions that they have. So I loved it. I really did. But I think it's like a 3 or 4 dayer for me. Maybe others would stay longer. But another thing we didn't mention is I think during Christmas and Halloween, they do these like extravagant golf cart parades.
Yes.
That, you know, that's like an event in itself. And these are just individual people that do this with their own golf carts. It's not organized. I don't think it's organized by Disney, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's off the cuff, and there's Facebook groups that I've said this on other live broadcasts. You all have heard me talk about this. Even though I've never stayed there, I love Fort Wilderness so much. The Facebook groups are such a tight community. The way in which people hang out with one another, they say, come by for a snack. We're making hot dogs. Come by for a hot dog. Like, come by for a drink, you know. So it's my kid's birthday. Leave, you know, some chalk art on, you know, on our campsite. So it's truly such a community. And like Jerry said, you know, if you decide to rent a golf cart, you can deck it out and Christmas lights and partake in all of the festive fun that guests do there.
Yeah.
I do think sorry, Dan, go ahead. I was pointing out.
In terms of the pros and cons of it, I think it's just another option that's a variety of fun things offered from Disney that's going to change up your usual trip. It's really just up to, are you the vacation goer that needs to do these parks and that's how you want a trip, or do you like to try new things? Do you want to stay at a zoo? Do you want to stay where you can walk into Epcot? Do you want to, you know, so, and I hear the point charts are pretty low for the full kitchen you're getting.
Yeah, that's
right?
a great point. Although the maintenance fees are higher, the cost per point to stay there is pretty inexpensive. It's a great value point wise to stay at Fort Wilderness Campground, or at the cabins of Fort Wilderness.
I mean, those pictures look beautiful. I mean, we're doing a glamping night up here in a couple weeks. It's definitely a cool new thing to try, and the way it's lit up, you know, how open it is. I think I kind of wish there was a king bed. Like we like our space and we sleep. I think that's, and of course a washer and dryer. But for what were we averaging, like 15, 16 points a night for the full?
Yeah, I think in the off season, yeah.
I think, you know.
I think for members who don't own there per se, and you own elsewhere and you want to stay there, I cannot believe how low the price per point is each night. I mean, Dan, like you said, and my dad commented about diversification. I mean, that's a huge word. There's no comment vocabulary there tonight. I'm talking to my dad, everybody in the comments, so I can roast him a little bit. But but no, he's right. The more options, Dan, that members have, the better. I think at the end of the day, the more options and the more choices you have, I think that's what makes being a member so fun, is that every time it's not the same week in a 2-bedroom, cut and dry, same exact thing every time. I think that's, at the end of the day, you have, you want to walk into Epcot from your room, or you want to just hang out and go horseback riding, or I think you can even do a Segway tour there, or do archery. The more options, the better.
And again, Disney.
Member. Oh.
I was going to say Disney's theming is again spectacular here. It is. It's a wilderness campground. You're in a cabin in the Fort Wilderness, like Dan mentioned, staying at a zoo, staying at Animal Kingdom. You look out the window and you've got, giraffes walking by. You want to be at the beach club. You have Stormalong Bay, which is a beach essentially for you and your family. You want the boardwalk. These themes are so good with Disney. So they did. I mean, they nailed it. It is a wilderness campsite, and you have a beautiful luxury cabin to stay in. So I could pick it with nonsense, but it is, on the whole, it is very nice. I do really like the property.
I think the DVC member is the typical DVC member is kind of changing from that 1 week, the same thing every year, to trying new things, adding more points, changing up the way they vacation, like different things. Let me try the zoo. Let me try the boardwalk, I definitely we would love to try that, the new cabin at some point.
When I got home from doing a little walk around tour, pictures and so forth, my wife's like, "Let's book it." So she was ready.
Well, yeah.
Did you guys do the pony ride when you went to check it out, like the photo of your daughter in the middle, or that was a different trip?
That was a different trip. So my son and daughter both did the pony rides. They have the Tri-Circle D Ranch that you can do horseback riding or trail riding on. So that was, our kids had never done any pony rides or horseback riding, and they were so excited. Like, just to see the giant horses that pull the carriages in the parks, or Cinderella's horses, like, they were so excited. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. They were like, "This is amazing!" So yeah, it was a cool experience.
It's almost like a nice self-guided tour to go back there to the Tri-Circle D Ranch. They have that huge, I don't even, off the top of my head, I don't know what it's called, but that big musical structure, the Calliope, is that what it's called? I'm butchering it, but it's unbelievable to go see that ranch and what they have on display.
Yeah. My niece worked there for, I think, 8 years. She was a horse trainer, and she took care of the horses and so forth. So yeah, she's since retired from Disney, but yeah, she used to work there a long time ago. And you'd think I'd have gone out there with my kids while she was working there, but I didn't.
Yes, Rebecca, thank you for confirming the Calliope. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Right, yep. But it's a historical showpiece that I think was active at one point at Disneyland. And the Clydesdales, like, to see the horses who are friends with Merida in the parade. So really cool. Marcia said, "I would really like to try this with my grandchildren and try all the different amenities, especially horseback riding."
They would
Marcia,
love it.
If you need a place to stay, don't hesitate to let us know. Reach out. All right. So I'll pause here really quick. For anyone who's just joined us, we have some new people who've tuned in. What's on the screen right now and what we've been chatting about is the cabins at Fort Wilderness, which is the newest DVC property in Walt Disney World. Next, we'll be talking about Genie Plus and the new multi-pass changes. And in a little bit, we'll be giving away our $150 Disney gift card. So make sure to stay tuned. a physical Disney gift card. Yes.
I'm dangling it. Yes.
Cool. I love it. All right. Well, if you guys have any other questions about the cabins or thoughts, keep leaving them in the comments. And also let us know in the comments how you found this broadcast tonight. How did you get here? Let us know. Okay, so I'm waiting for the next slide to load. Bear with me here 1 second. Okay. All right, so this is like the biggest news, I'd say, pertaining to the Walt Disney World parks in the past 2 to 3 weeks. This came out, I'd say, 3 weeks ago. So to touch on this a bit, Genie Plus, as we know it, is changing, and that whole verbiage is being dropped. The new verbiage is multi-pass, and this is happening Wednesday, July 24th. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, I will be at Magic Kingdom that day, so I will let everybody know how it goes. Fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly, and this works out for us. So with this multi-pass service, the biggest change is that rather than having to make your attraction selections 7 a.m. the day you're going to go to the park, you can make your selections up to 7 days ahead of your stay, as long as you're staying on property. If you're not staying on property, 3 days in advance.
And you still can book it at 7 in the morning, 7 days in advance. So even though you're technically not on property, you still can get up early and book it early. So that way,
Yes.
you can try and secure some of those rides that you're trying to get on.
Yes. So you have to wake up at 7 a.m., but just not the day that you're going to the park.
Yeah.
Which,
not on your vacation. Yeah.
Yeah, not on your vacation, which is always appreciated. So this graph that's up here on the screen, this is all from Walt Disney World. This is not something that we created. This is their verbiage. So when you do this multi-pass, which is becoming in place of Genie Plus, you can choose one, I'll say, e-ticket attraction. If anyone's familiar with the ABCDE ticket attraction books, you could choose one really hot attraction at first and two A, B, C, or D attractions, right? The lesser ones. So when you make those 3 selections ahead of time, not everybody is choosing all e-tickets, right? So you make your 3 selections for that park. Once you go to the park and you start using them up, after you use the first selection, as it says here on the third green little line here, you can book another. So it's very similar to how FastPass Plus worked. If anyone here is familiar with that, or if you've used FastPass Plus in the past, again, the biggest change is you don't have to scramble 7 a.m., whether you're laying in that bunk bed in the cabins or you are at home wherever you live. You don't have to scramble. You can have some security in what your park day is going to look like, and you don't have to fret. I just paid X amount. Am I going to be able to go on any attractions this day? So Disney really listened to guest feedback, and this is the new service and product that they're providing. I'm just checking out some comments here. They were about the square footage of the cabins.
And Lauren, you did mention e-ticket attractions, and you might be getting to this, but the pinnacle rides that everybody is, the e-ticket, like Tron or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rise of the Resistance, or Flight of Passage, those are not going to be tier 1. Did you right?
Right.
Okay.
They're
yep.
separate. So the second part of this on the blue side of the screen, I'm trying to use my mouse. I'm using my mouse like I'm circling it, like you guys could see it. But the single pass is what is formerly, or rather currently, up until the 24th, known as individual lightning lane. So this is for Guardians, Tron. You cannot walk up to either of these attractions. There's no standby. The free virtual queue, when you get a boarding group, essentially it's an opportunity to wait in line. That's how I explain it to friends and family. Last summer, I both purchased and I did the free individual lightning lane for Tron. My family and I, we waited an hour once our boarding group was called. We were physically standing in that boarding group queue for an hour. When we got in the individual lightning lane line, we were in 15 minutes. So that's how, if you're new to this, when you do the free boarding group, consider that as a way to just get an opportunity to wait in line. When you put the money out of your pocket, you're obviously getting a more expedited experience. So the individual lightning lane verbiage is now a single pass. This is something that is done separately from multi-pass. You don't have to do this, but just know if you want to do Guardians or Tron, either now or on the 24th forward, you either have to do a free boarding group or the paid individual lightning lane or single pass. Those are the only 2 ways as of current. So keep that in mind.
And from what I understand, you can have up to 5 lightning lanes. So you'd have the multi-pass, which gives you 3, and then you can pay for 2 single lightning lanes. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you can have 5 at a time. And then obviously the first attraction that you use, whatever you use first, then you can automatically, up for another. You don't have to wait 2 hours or anything to re-up. You can, as soon as you ride that attraction or that window expires, you can re-up for another attraction right away.
Yes, that's a great point. I personally hadn't thought of it that way, that you could have 5 at a time. So that's Disney's released like a very limited, they released these graphics here. They did their official press release. There hasn't been too much of a walkthrough from an actual cast member on how this is going to function. Of course not. Why would there be? That's why we're doing this now, for all the people out there. But yeah, so if we're interpreting this correctly, right, you can make your 3 multi-pass selections in one theme park, and then 2 selections, which there's only 2 options, Guardians and Tron, for the single pass. But what's kind of conflicting and makes me not want to be 100% on that is that I'm not confident that guests can pay for Tron and Guardians single pass, because they're in 2 separate parks. That I'm not totally sure.
You can't do it in advance. From what I understand, you could do it as long as you're in the park. You're at the park. You've ridden your first attraction. At that point, you can then start making passes or lightning lanes for other parks. Yes. If you have a multi-park ticket, yes. But in advance, you are not able to do that. You have to only one park. Yeah.
Yes.
Until you use it for the first time. Then after that first attraction's used, then you can go outside of that one park if you have a park hopper.
Yes, that's the key, if you've got that park hopper.
And I will say, I saw Nicole Ryan made a comment that this is all garbage, bring back FastPass. I kind of agree with you, Nicole. I think that's a good call. I love the old school, like grab a ticket and walk up and in and out. But Disney's in it for the money, and you have to pay to play now. I mean, even Universal Studios is doing their VIP pass or whatever they call it.
They use a pass verbiage as well, which can be a bit confusing. But yes. I was talking about this with a family member.
Unlike this, which is not confusing at all. No, I'm kidding.
No. What Universal does is their pass, their expedited skip the line pass. It's priced so high that barely anybody buys it. So when you do buy it, you're having a fabulous experience. Yeah. You don't have to, there's no, app involved. You just zoom right through. So while it is pricier, is it a better experience? Probably.
Yeah, I agree. There's people that don't have the time to spend in line for hours and just wait. So I can see how there's definitely value in it for sure.
Yeah. So, Nick Robinson left a question here. Are the free virtual queues still same day only reservations? Correct. So at 7 a.m., you could, like I said, you could be in your bed over at the cabins at Fort Wilderness, just waking up to have your coffee. But when the 1 o'clock free virtual queue is available, you physically have to be in the park. You cannot do that from your resort. You cannot, be in Disney Springs. You have to physically be in the park for that 1 o'clock option. So yes, 7 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Rebecca, I think, left a funny comment. I think this is if Genie Plus and FastPass had a baby. Yeah, I think this is like the best iteration we're going to get, where Disney feels good about the profit, so to speak. So let's see how it goes.
I'd always scratch my head with Genie Plus and having to get up at 7 a.m. on your vacation. I'm like, why would Disney do that to you? Like, I feel like this is a good hybrid to try and help people be able to relax a little bit more while they're on vacation, kind of pre-plan it before they show up. So I'm glad they made the change. And I feel like it's going to, add value to this for people using it. Plus, more people will probably sign up for it because it makes it a little better. But yeah. The first iteration, I'm like, oh my gosh, 7 a.m. every morning, that's got to be tough, especially if you're doing rope drops to closure. You're probably exhausted. It's probably hard to get up at 7 a.m. and do it,
No, absolutely. And
you're on vacation. You
yeah.
should on that early. hey, Roger.
That's right.
Yeah, I said this in other conversations about this, and just in general, I don't mind spending money, right? I want to have fun. I don't mind putting the money out there, but I need to be delivered a good experience, or
Absolutely.
better than what it was, right? So I get it. Okay, there's a fee involved, but of course I've got to educate myself as best as I can without dropping dead and falling over out of exhaustion. But what service is actually coming my way once I, make that transaction? So that's my take on it.
And I will tell you, I know everybody's into technology nowadays. It's just the way it is. But I do have clients who are just, this is technology that they're not, they don't want to get involved in. Meaning, they're 60, 70 years old. They don't want to log into their phones and try and book things. I know the world is changing, but I wish there was a system that would simplify it for some people that just don't want to use this type of technology as well. So.
Well, that's what they used to offer. If you watch any of the, Stacy's Must Do Disney videos or any of those highlight videos showing the perks of being a Disney resort guest, they had those kiosks, if you remember. If you were not interested in using the My Disney Experience app, you could select your Fast Pass at a kiosk. So, Jerry, to your point of people who aren't savvy or people who are savvy and they just don't feel like it. Like I fall into that category. I can figure it out, but I just don't feel like it.
Yeah. I do have a question that I don't know the answer to. Yeah. So what happens with extra magic hours? Let's say you're a resort guest, Disney Vacation Club member, whatever, resort guest, and you're there early or you're there late because you get the extra magic hours. Do you still have to have a virtual queue or a lightning lane to get on some of those attractions? I didn't think so. Right.
Well, actually, I'm misspoken. So for the now called the extended evening hours is what is called. I also always call it the extra magic hour. Oh my gosh, so many terms. Changes. Extra magic hours, extended evening hours, whatever the heck they want to call it.
Yeah.
Yes. And Rebecca, I'm sure you can confirm this because you seem to be very savvy on the virtual queue and the boarding groups. If there is a night, which is usually only ever Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's only ever Epcot and Magic Kingdom, for Tron, I believe it's at 6 p.m. You can do a boarding group for the extended evening hours. Now, outside of Tron and Guardians, there's no Genie Plus or Multi-Pass for any other attraction. So it's just standby only during that extended evening hours.
Yeah, that is nice. When I was over at Boardwalk and we went over to Ratatouille, we were like the early magic hour, whatever they call it. So like we were first in line. We jumped right on Ratatouille, and like normally that is a virtual queue. It was at that time a virtual queue attraction. So anyway, some of those early magic or late magic hours or extended hours are great.
Now, what the current offering is, if you are a Disney Resort guest, no matter where you're staying, you can enter 30 minutes early. If you're a deluxe resort guest, which if you're a DVC member or a guest staying in a DVC accommodation, like if you book a confirmed reservation with DVC Store, you can access the extended evening hours. It's typically for 2 to 3 hours. And like I said, it's only on Mondays and Wednesday nights. And it's only ever at Epcot and Magic Kingdom. It's pretty consistent. They're not throwing any curveballs like how it used to be. Magic Kingdom open until 2 a.m. So you can go on the Walt Disney World website and see what days and times those are. So, hey, I think that's a good opportunity. If you're looking for a confirmed reservation and you're going to go to a park, coordinate with a Monday or Wednesday night, and we can help book that for you.
Yeah, and side note, resale buyers who purchase and become DVC members do also have that perk. That's not a member perk they remove from a resale owner. So if you DVC member buys from us, wants to do the extra magic hours, totally fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're no problem.
Whether you're paying cash or points, like it's for everybody. Yeah. So, Emily, free water park admission on your first day. What are our thoughts? Listen, I am all for that. If it's free, it's for me.
Amen.
So yeah, listen, if you've got no plans on your first day, on your check-in day, they want to incentivize people to, maybe take an earlier flight, and you're going to hit up Typhoon Lagoon. Your entry is free, but you're going to buy lunch, you're going to buy a drink, you're going to maybe do a cabana rental, right? So that, I think, is Disney's strategy behind that. But yeah, a perk is a perk. Take advantage of that. So it's all through 2025. For those who don't know, any resort stay from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, the day you check in, you can access either Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, whichever is open. Totally complimentary for everybody who's on your reservation.
And you don't have to check in at the hotel to let them know you've arrived. You can just go to the water park, correct? Like you can just show up at the water park and we're here. As long as it's on your My Disney experience and you can show the reservation, you're in.
Yeah. Just to revisit really quick the virtual queue situation, Rebecca just checking in and confirming for us. I'm waiting for her comment to come up to the screen. So let's say you're going to go to Magic Kingdom for their extended evening hours, but you're enjoying Animal Kingdom currently, or you're in your resort taking a break. When you want to join that free virtual queue at 6 p.m. to go to Magic Kingdom at night and do Tron, you can join that virtual queue from anywhere. The only one that you need to physically be in the park for is the 1 p.m. virtual queue boarding group drop. So another layer of complexity, but Rebecca is a good subject matter expert on this. So thank you. We got a YouTube comment regarding the water park idea, waiting for their comment to come up on screen here. Water park idea is phenomenal. What a great way to get people to relax, spend money without the barrier for an entrance fee.
Yeah.
So from a marketing perspective, yes, it is phenomenal. But yeah, I do think I was just being silly about, you're going to buy a drink, you're going to buy lunch. You don't have to. You could go in and have fun and leave. You don't have to spend money there.
Yeah.
But they know you're probably gonna.
You're going to get thirsty going down Summit Plummet, and you need to have a bite to eat too. We have another. Go ahead, Jerry.
I was going to say they probably, it's a great idea, great strategy, to help maybe promote additional business at the water parks, but also keep people from loitering at the resort. Like, hey, is my room ready yet? Is there anything can you get me in or whatever? Just kind of keeping the, the guest check-in experience a little bit more pleasant, because then you're relaxing at a water park. All of a sudden you get the thing on your phone, your room's ready. Oh, no, okay, we can leave here whenever we want. This didn't really cost us anything. You guys want to ride the slide again? Oh, let's go to let's go check in. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I didn't think about that. The 4 o'clock check-in badgerers.
Yeah.
Where's my room?
4:01, you're like, it's not ready yet. What's going on?
What's going on? I'm calling member services.
Yeah. I love the 10 a.m. check-in when you're like, whoa, it's ready? Are you kidding? That's never happens.
I know. We got a great YouTube comment. Thank you so much for finding our YouTube channel here. Hi guys, love just finding this channel. I just bought DVC in November at the Boardwalk. Can't be any happier. 250 points. And wow, looks like you've got a couple reservations set up.
Nice.
Thank you for joining.
Those are good. Those 2 weeks they're going to are good use of points.
They really are. Yeah.
December.
You've got the Halloween decorations that are up, and then you've got the Christmas decorations that are up. So you're hitting it when the parks aren't at their peak in terms of busyness, but you still get all the beautiful decorations and the vibe just to get you ready for the holiday seasons. So perfect timing. Those are really good dates.
Yes. Are you guys are frozen for me? Can you still see me? I'm sorry for the
I can see you.
difficulty. Okay.
I don't think I'm frozen. I'm doing the robot, so I should be
Are
good.
you frozen? Are you Elsa or are you Anna?
Yes, I am. I'm
or Olaf?
Yes. Wait, is Sven the reindeer?
Sven, yeah.
Apparently,
Wait, did you say Finn or Sven?
Sven, right? Isn't it like you have to say it funny, like Sven?
Yes.
Nice.
Where'd she go?
It's magic. She disappeared. So yeah, So I think the water parks, I would definitely take advantage of that. I have 2 young kids, so I think it would work out really well. What about you, Dan? Would you do it? Would you and Nicole go?
Yeah, I haven't been to a Disney water park in years and years. I've been meaning to get back, jump on some water slides, you know.
Yeah. So Typhoon Lagoon is like a tropical oasis. I'm not sure if any of you out there have ever been to these water parks, but Typhoon Lagoon is one of the 2 water parks, and it's kind of like you're at Castaway Key. Like it's a really cool like tropical vibe, beautiful palm trees, sand, very good theming, and then Blizzard Beach, very good theming, but it's like a summer, kind of winter snowy, with lots of more slides, a little bit more.
The big ski slope slide, right?
That's right. Yeah. So it's like a ski resort, but in Florida, but it's all, Disneyfied. But yeah, I think either of the water parks are a lot of fun. My preference, Typhoon Lagoon, just because I like that tropical Florida looking, island feel. But
it's
yeah,
a big shipwreck on the.
Yep, that's right.
Mountain, right?
Yeah. And the wave pool is, I don't know, this is outside of topic, but they close it once in a while for surfing. You can rent out Typhoon Lagoon's pool and they do surfing. So they actually have a wave that is surfable to kind of give you a perspective of how big that wave pool is. I mean, you can actually surf in it, and the wave it's pretty significant. I mean, standing in the pool, it looks like it's 8 to 10 feet tall, but in reality, it's probably like 3 or 4 feet. But it's got some power behind it.
I'm back.
Welcome.
I caught wind of what Jerry was saying about Typhoon Lagoon, and that wave pool is no joke. That is intense there. I mean, I don't know, maybe you have people have kids that aren't strong swimmers, or even if you are a strong swimmer and you've never been there, you can really get cracked by a wave.
Oh yeah. You could get hurt. You have to go under that wave. If you try to fight the wave and stand up to it, it's going to knock you way back. You have to go under it. That's the only way.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to stand there.
Good luck. So Melanie's got a question on a split stay. Would you have a reservation, for the water park? Would you be able to get in the water park on each of those days of check-in? And I don't know the answer. Do you, Lauren? I'm going to say yes, because it's 2 separate stays. I would imagine you would have 2 spots to get in. First day of check-in at the first resort, first day of check-in at the second. But I don't know the answer 100%.
Logically, I'd say yes. Logically, I'd say yeah, and that might even be a little hack, tip, or trick, a la Stacy Must Do Disney. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if Disney would curb that, where they say within a 30-day period, you can only go once complimentary. And that might even be in the fine print right now as we speak. But per what we're talking about, I don't see why not. So
don't give them any ideas.
What happens in the live broadcast stays in the live broadcast.
Keep it a secret.
We won't.
Disney's watching this show right now.
Yes.
Ideas.
Mickey, we know you're here.
Yeah.
He's right. He's
max low.
He's right there. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, honestly, for everyone who's tuned in, I mentioned this to Dan and Jerry. I'm going to the Polynesian on Saturday, and this chat is hyping me up. So everyone talking about their stays. If anyone's going to be at the Polynesian and wants to say hi, I'll be there for about a week. Maybe we could do a little DVC store meetup. Want to meet for a Dole Whip? I'll be there. I was trying to find that comment before I got booted off here from Nick. He's planning on attending the grand opening of the Poly Tower. Have we attended any DVC grand openings? What kind of festivities are there? And when do they usually begin?
So I did attend the Riviera grand opening day of opening, and I wouldn't say there was much in terms of festivities. One thing that was there is a lot of vloggers, bloggers, people, content creators, just every single person seemed to have a camera and a video like of themselves, like talking about the property. But the energy and just the ether of that resort being open and being the first person to see it and smell it and touch it and just walk around is absolutely, it's magic, if I could use that word. Riviera was beautiful. I cannot wait to see the Poly Tower. I mean, so much so, I'm even I keep this by my chair every day, and I just wear this with the vibe. Can't wait to go see that property. So yeah, I am a huge Poly fan if you don't know me, and I am so looking forward to that grand opening.
Yes, it's going to be fabulous. My dad had asked, Jerry, when you went to the cabins, were there bloggers, etc.? Did you see people?
I was the only one. I was walking around with a camera bag and video cameras, and actually somebody did offer me an adult beverage. They're like, "Would you like a beer?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm good, thank you." But that was it. Some people that were nearby were super nice, but no vloggers. I was the only. I'm not even a vlogger. I just take some pictures, but no, I didn't see any.
Yeah, I remember seeing online when when the Big Pine Key building at Grand Floridian became a DVC accommodation, when it got changed from cash rooms to DVC, I remember they had Alice and the Mad Hatter there. It was a lot more formal of, DVC executives, and there was some sort of a ceremony. I don't know if that's something that
there's a ceremony.
You have to be invited to. It's not, just kind of walk up off the street. They might give out buttons or something like that for guests, like when the resort is new. There will definitely be merchandise. We can count on that. There will be, opening year merchandise, maybe new pins. There's pin community, there's something for everybody, but merchandise for sure. But I don't think there's going to be like confetti and balloons dropped from the ceiling.
Right.
You think that first night is sold out by now?
It has to be. I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the cabin sold out. So yeah, I would probably. I would 100%. Yeah, it's sold out.
John said it's going down. Jerry popped on the line. Now you need a Trader Sam's drink to model with it.
Say less. I will go get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The countdown begins. Don't
You're
wait.
gonna be live at the grand opening, right?
I'll be there. Somebody we work with.
It's not live necessarily.
Somebody we work with is going to be there, and they invited me out, so I'm gonna go.
Awesome. Oh. Well, I think it's about time for us to do our giveaway. What do you guys think?
Ooh, that's a drum roll if you can hear it.
Yes. All right. So for anyone who's not familiar and didn't see, we are doing a giveaway of a $150 Disney gift card, generously sponsored by the DVC store. So we have received a bunch of entries from people across different platforms. And I'm going to pull up my slides here in just one second. So people entered from Facebook. They entered from Instagram. People left us some fabulous reviews on Facebook and Google. And we just want to say thank you for your engagement. It's been a blast hosting this giveaway and even doing these live broadcasts together. Couldn't do this without everyone who's interested in DVC and Disney in general. So just wanted to share a couple really cool stories that people left on our giveaway post. Carl commented saying that he is celebrating his 50th anniversary, and he and his wife are celebrating by staying at Walt Disney World for 50 nights, not consecutive. Wow. So, yeah, he would use the gift card to, enjoy themselves while they are staying there. Matthew commented saying he has purchased 3 contracts with DVC store, and he's got a upcoming 2-night stay at the Polynesian, which is a bucket list resort for him. They would use the gift card either at Trader Sam's or over at Ohana for breakfast. And Patricia left us a really thoughtful comment saying that she's so impressed with our team, which is super sweet. And she's heading down tomorrow. She's beating me by 1 day.
Oh, nice.
Staying in a Boardwalk View room, checking in on Saturday. So they would use the gift card for the Pearl experience over in Japan, which I thought was really unique.
My son did that and absolutely was to the moon when they popped it open and showed him the Pearl. He was like, "Wow, look at that! It's magic." Yeah.
Yes. So. All right. Yes, Nicole. 50 nights, definitely dream bucket list.
Let's go, babe. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to share my screen, and we have over 500 entries. So, yeah.
Here it is.
500. That's exciting. Let's go.
So I input everything fair and square. And we've got our DVC spin the wheel here. The excitement is building with our DVC store logo. All right. Are we ready?
As ready as we're ever going to be.
All right. Let's see who's going to win.
Oh, look at that. That thing goes fast.
You can't even read the names.
Are there names on individually?
Bankrupt.
Tom!
Tom Byrne.
Tom, I don't know who you are, but we will find you.
T. Burns. Congrats, T. Burns.
So Tom either, like I said, he either left us a Facebook comment, wrote us a review, or he joined our Facebook group. That was another way to enter. So thank you so much to everyone who participated. We have some more fun giveaways and things coming up. So make sure to join our Facebook group and keep updated on all the latest and greatest of things we're doing.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for joining. Thanks for watching.
Yes, I'm going to pop this on the screen here for anyone who's still with us, which 28 people are, which is awesome. If you want to stay connected with us, our Facebook group is called Disney Vacation Club Membership, Magic, and More. It is in the comments section here in this chat, both on YouTube and Facebook. You can reach the team either by email, you can give a call and talk to Jerry and the fabulous team members. They will take care of you like family. And if you have any lingering questions, you can leave them here in a chat or pop them in our Facebook group. And if you have an upcoming trip and you're going to be at the Polynesian in the next week, let me know. Maybe we can meet up and talk DVC. Any parting thoughts, Jerry and Dan?
No, really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. And look forward to giving away more fun stuff in the future.
Thanks for watching, guys. And everyone in the chat, be sure to get on YouTube and subscribe to Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold.
Yes.
Make sure we're all subscribed. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
Dan puts out some really good content, so you guys would love it.
Let's go. Rock and roll.
Dan, leave a comment with a link to your YouTube channel so that everybody's watching can easily toggle over. So thank you everybody for another magical live broadcast. Leave your feedback for us and we will see you real soon. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.